God bless you all and welcome to my channel. Like always, I was minding my own business when this video came as recommended, and it's about Madonna. In 2018, she had an album and she was singing on Eurovision, different songs. And while she was singing, what I've noticed and other people noticed, she was wearing a crown. It was before the COVID-19 came. I realized that the enemy, the powers, are using Madonna to show signs and signals and codes through her because she was showing something very, very interesting. So she was wearing all black and she was wearing a crown. She also had X on her eye, and X means elimination. I learned this from Mr. Franchot Pearson because he is the one who has been showing X's in the codes of the enemies and in their signs and their signals. When you eliminate someone, when you unalive, when you kill someone, right? X. So elimination. Then if you see is red and black, what I have been teaching you, it's a sacrifice. Death and sacrifice. And here you see Madonna is wearing a crown. And this has been happening before COVID. This is 2019, half a year before the pandemic started. The name of COVID virus was coronavirus, which means a crown. This was all prophetic. The powers were revealing from before what they were about to do. If you remember, I was speaking about Cece Winans, how she was showing Illuminati sign, and she is one of them. Yes, she is Illuminati worshipper. On her shirt, there was Tiffany blue color, which is the color of Phoenicians, of those Satanists, of that ancient cult that worship Sol God, that worship Ra, that worship Satan. It was written all means all. And in the gematria, the number was 102. So I added Madonna, and these are the numbers that I received. 322, 322. This is Skull and Bone Society. You can Google it yourself, you can check it. 322. And those who are watching me, you know this number has been coming all the time, for they are all part of this society. Society, Brotherhood of Death, Skull and Bones. I want you to look at the number 56. 56 is May 6. I want you to remember this number because we're gonna use it and I'm gonna show you something. Anyway, that's the album Madonna released 2019 before pandemic of COVID. That's the number, and the song she was singing, one of the songs was from this album. I want you to see the date. June 14. It is Donald Trump's birthday. So the album of Madonna, which is called Madame X, X again, elimination, X, and then Trump's birthday is the same date. And this album of Madonna, the album is number 14. It's 14th number of Madonna. And we know 14, this number is assigned to Trump. I have shown you this before many times. You can find this article, number 14 and 88, how they assigned to Trump. And there was somebody in that on that website, in that article, who was exposing the numbers of Trump. These are not kind of angelic numbers or some spiritual numbers. I am telling you what the enemies are using, what Trump is using. So this is the day of birth of Madonna. I did not know she was born August 16, 8/16. 8/16, Trump put half his face, half Elvis' face, if you remember, and Elvis died this day. This is the date of the death of Elvis, August 16, on the birthday of Madonna. And I was showing you many times how the date August 16 was coming up in numbers all the time. Another thing, I want you to pay your attention. I tried to find more information about Madonna, and I saw one video where she stumbled. Please pay attention. She stumbled. She almost fell. It happened September 10th, 2024. That time she was 66 years old. Please remember these numbers because powers are using Madonna to speak through her and using numbers to speak through her. And even that stumbling was a sign and a signal and a code. It happened September 10, 2024, and 1 year after that day, Charlie Kirk died. This is the day of death, allegedly, of Charlie Kirk, the day when he was killed, 1 year after, and the number 66. So I said, we are going to check, and I'm going to show you something. And I will explain you with this stumbling that they're showing somebody is going to fall. When they stumble publicly, is not by accident, they're showing the fall, coming fall of someone. So she stumbled. Here, in Europe, first we put day and months. That in United States, it's month and day. This is why I want you to pay attention to this. So it's 9/10/2024, and I put Charlie Kirk's birthday, and these are the results. If we look first to the left, we see 35. We know that JFK was 35th president of United States. Again, JFK came, but something more interesting came. If you look at the right, the very first number, if we remove zeros, is 324. 324th day of the year is November 20. It's Erica Kirk birthday, the wife of Charlie Kirk. So the day when Madonna fell and the birthday of Charlie Kirk that year, it took us to Erica Kirk, his wife. And then we see number 54, without zeros is 54. 54, that's the number that Erica Kirk mentioned in her video about women, but I told you that number is the code of the enemy. It has a meaning. If we look lower, without zero, it's 8/4, August 4. It's Obama's birthday. And then, yes, you see 35. JFK. Another thing I want to show you. So I took the day when Madonna stumbled, and then I took, because the birthday of Erica Kirk came, so I put her birthday 2024. And if we look first to the left, we see 72. Pope Francis became Pope on 72nd day of the year, March 13. Please remember that day because it will show up again. If we look to the right, we see 10 weeks, 2 days, 102. 102nd day of the year is April 12th. And I want you to remember that because I told you the t-shirt of CC Winans, all means all, because the enemies are using gematria. In gematria, it equals 102. For me, it's CC Winans and her shirt. Just remember this date because we're gonna go back to this. So again, Madonna stumbled. I took the day when Pope died because the day of election of Pope came. I put the day of death of Pope Francis, and this is what we received. 31 weeks and 6 days, 316. It is a sacrifice. It is death. It is a sacrifice. So the day when Madonna stumbled, showing somebody will fall, maybe even somebody will be sacrificed. And the day when Pope Francis died, it took us 316. It took us to sacrifice. Powers are speaking through Madonna, I'm telling you. It's like John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son. And Jesus was killed. Jesus was sacrificed. So the enemy is using that number to show us that somebody will be killed. Somebody will be sacrificed. And another number that came, 7 months, 11 days. Look to the left, 7-11. Do you know from where I remember it? Trump, one time when he was speaking, instead of saying 9/11, he said 7/11. And yes, he did it intentionally. I do not know yet what's going on with that date. Trump himself said 7/11. These are the screenshots. It was all over the news. And I know this is for a reason. Now, for those who see me for the first time, those who have not seen my video about CC Winans. So 11th of November 2025, she released video. She was wearing t-shirt, all means all, and she wanted people to pray for Montel. But in that video, she showed Illuminati sign. And God brought this to my attention, to pay attention to this, because he revealed to me that she's Illuminati worshiper. So the enemies are using gematria. They are using it, and I'm only showing you what they are using, what they are doing. When I put all means all in gematria, one of the numbers that came was 102. All means all. You see 102. 102nd day of the year is April 12th, and I will show you what the enemies are doing. Then if we see the next number 30, and then we see 195. 195th day of the year in 2024. If we take year, again 2024, and we check in calendar, which day was that? 195th day of the year is July 13. This is calendar of 2024. In other years, July 13 is 194th day. So you will see number 194. Many times I will show you. But also 195. In that specific year when Trump was shot in the ear, it was 195th day of the year. This is the number that came from the t-shirt of CC Winans, all means all. This is gematria of the enemy. Then she wanted people to pray for Montel. Of course, I check his gematria. Check this out. All means all, Montel. First of all, I want to put your attention to the number 104 in the end. 104th day of the year is April 14. And later on, I will show you what happened on April 14. So then we see 5-8. 5-8. May is the fifth month of the year. So it's May 8. 5-8. May 8. This is the day when Pope Leo became Pope. He was elected Pope. It takes us back to Pope. Here you see it's also 128 day of the year. I want you to remember that date, 128. You will see it again. Then we see 293. 293rd day of the year is October 20. Is Kamala Harris' birthday. And please don't tell me it's coincidence when CC Winans showed us Illuminati sign and it took us to birthday of Kamala, to the day of Pope election, and then to April 14. And you will see. Then I said, let me check something else. The day when Trump was shot in the ear, 13th of July, the whole world knows this day. And the day when Madonna stumbled. And it took us, if we look to the right, 8 weeks, 4 days, 84. It is Barack Obama's birthday. He was born August 4. Powers are still speaking. Then I said, let's see who else fell. Biden. I remember Biden falls at Air Force Academy, and this is very important. 1st of June 2023, this is when he fell. And I said, I'm gonna check that date because they are showing us something. This is the day when he fell, month 6 June, 1st of June 2023, and the day when Madonna stumbled, she almost fell. Check this out again. The day when Biden stumbled, he fell. And the day when Madonna stumbled and she almost fell, it took us to 6, 6, and 6. 3 times the number of the beast. Guys, 666. No, this is not a coincidence, and I will show you. Trump, he also stumbles on Air Force. Biden stumbled in Academy, and Trump stumbles on the plane. Again, Air Force. And the day when he stumbled, it was June 8, 2025. So June is month number 6. 6/8/2025. Now we take the date and we take September 11 because 9/11, God was showing me that date, God was showing me that number, and it was coming up many times in numbers. 9/11. So the day when Trump stumbled and 9/11, I put next year, 2026. These are the results. We look to the left, 134 is May 14. May 14. I'm sorry, I wrote May 15. No, it's May 14. 5/14. Forgive me for mistyping. Israel became a state on that day. It takes us back to Israel. Then we see 154, 154th day of the year is June 3. It's 6/3. June is month number 6. It's like 666 again. 666, 3 times the mark of the beast. You look to the right, do you see 65? 65 weeks, 6/5, June 5. Charlie Kirk's turning point was founded on June 5. It took us even to Charlie Kirk. So now it took us to Charlie Kirk's foundation of turning point. In the next dates, they will take you to something else, again connected to Charlie Kirk. Then again, the day when Trump stumbled. And then I said, I'm gonna take Charlie Kirk's death because they're all connected, obviously. And this is where it took us. If we look to the left first, we see 33. It took 33 hours to find suspected killer of Charlie Kirk. So the day when Trump stumbled and when Charlie Kirk died, it took us to 33. It's again about Charlie Kirk. 33, it's a Masonic number. And then 95, 95th day of the year is April 5. April is the 4th month, is 45. Trump is 45th president. And if we look to the right, we see 134, 134th day of the year is May 14, when Israel became a nation, became state. Again, in the numbers, it takes us to Israel. It takes us back, the numbers take us back to Trump, to Charlie Kirk. I told you, they're all connected. These are the numbers of the enemy. This is how they communicate. I took the date when Trump stumbled, and I took the date of memorial of Charlie Kirk, 21st of September 2025. Now look to the left and you see 313. 313 is March 13, is when Pope Francis became Pope. It is also 72nd day of the year, and you have seen that number before and you will see it again. The day when Trump stumbled, and the birthday of Erika Kirk, 20th of November 2025. Look to the left, 165, 165th day of the year is June 14, 614. It's the birthday of Donald Trump. It is also the date when the album of Madonna came out. We started with Madonna. We started with her album 614 when she released Madame X, and this is where it took us. That's not the end. And on the right we see 23 weeks and 4 days. 234th day of the year is August 22. And guys, August 22 has been coming up in numbers so much. I will use that number, I will use that code to show you how the enemies are speaking. Now I took the date when Madonna stumbled, and I took the Erika Kirk's birthday. It's also Biden's birthday in 2025. Look to the right, we see 10, 488. So it's 104 and 88. 104th day of the year is April 14. I show you this number before and keep it in mind. And then 88, we know that in gematria is the number of Trump. Also, the number of Trump had the number 88. We know that this number is assigned to Trump. And there will be many news. If you Google yourself Trump, put Trump and put 1488, the numbers that are assigned to Trump, and you will see a lot of interesting things. So if we go back to April 14, yes, 14 is attached to Trump, but also I want you to see key events that took place on April 14. One of the things that happened, President Abraham Lincoln assassination, and you remember Trump was hit in the ear. An ear is on the head, so he was hit on the head, and Abraham Lincoln was hit on the head. You see the powers, they're speaking, they're giving signals. Also, one of the major things that happened is Titanic hit an iceberg and he sunk. And if you go through my videos long ago, I'm talking about maybe 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I was speaking about Titanic. I said, God has been giving me visions about Titanic. And I said, what God is trying to say, things will go down as Titanic. The powers are speaking the same way Titanic went down. The same way powers want some countries, some nations to go down. So I took the date. This is the day when Madonna stumbled and the day Lincoln was shot and Titanic hit the iceberg. The day that came in numbers. If we look to the left, we see 7 month, 5 days, 75. 75th day of the year is March 16, 316. Sacrifice. Guys, sacrifice. Madonna stumbled the day when Lincoln died. It's a death. When Titanic went down, sank, it's death, it's sacrifice. And it took us to 316, like John 316. But enemies using that number for their own wickedness. And then if we look to the right, we see number 312. And then 480. 312, Trump won 312 votes. That's Trump. These are his votes. And then 48, if we remove 0 because a 0 is just for 8. April 4, it's April 4th, eclipse, X-shape took place that day. And if we take exactly same dates and we do not include end date in calculation, we receive 216. 216th day of the year is August 4. It's 84, August 4, it's Barack Obama's birthday. And there is one number on top of that. If you look to the right, 5184. You know, this number, just remember it because you will see it again. In my previous videos, we have seen this combination before. 51, 84. 84 is August 4, it's Obama's birthday. Check even my previous video in gematria. It was about, again, the video clip Madonna, her gematria of the things that were in her video clip. So 51st day of the year is February 20. It's second month. So 220, 220. I showed you this before. And if we check 220th day of the year, it's August 8. 88 is the number of Trump. They always lead to each other, to themselves. Again, I took the day when Madonna stumbled. And then I put 316, the day, the sacrifice. I took 2025th year and 316 because that number comes up a lot. This is the code of the enemy. So again, I took that day and this is the result. 4488. Isn't it crazy that Obama is 44th president? And again comes the number 88 comes. You all know, those who are watching me. If any of you are watching Mr. Franchot Pearson, man of God, that he has amazing gift to understand the codes of the enemy. He has been showing the same things to you, the same numbers. Then I took the day, April 12th, CC Winans, her t-shirt, and I took the birthday of Donald Trump that is coming in 2026, 6/14, 14th of June 2026, and the result came 64 days. Obama is 64 years old. If you look to the right, you will see 92,160 minutes. So it's 9216, 9, and then again you see 216, 216. Again, even in that number, there is Obama. 216, it's August 4. And since we started with Madonna, I put her birthday 12th of April and then 16th of August. This is when Madonna is celebrating her birthday, but also that is the day when Elvis died. When we look to the left, we see 44. Barack Obama is the 44th president of United States. When we look to the right, 3024. Sometimes I remove the zeros because it's just a zero. 324th day of the year is November 20, Erica Kirk's birthday and also Biden's birthday. And then we see 126. 126th day of the year is May 6. But also I want to remind you, I made a video. In my previous video, I spoke about that date, December, because 12/6, December 6, there was a book. And in the book, there was a sun, and it looked like a sun god, Ra. And I gave explanation and I show you numbers connected to that book. But also you will see that number. You will see that day, May 6. That is also one of the codes of the enemy, and I will show you. So May 6, I took 12th of April and put May 6. And these are the results that I received. And by the way, as again, I want to remind you, in Europe, we put first day and then month. In United States, the results that we're getting, these are the results of United States. These people are in United States. So you will see first the month and the date. Anyway, these are the numbers that I received. If you look to the right, 216 and then just zeros. 216 is August 4. It's Barack Obama's birthday. And then you see 36. It's like 6 3 times. 666. This is why I say we need to pay attention to that number, because this is one of the codes of the enemy. I told you before, 8/22, August 22 comes up a lot. I will use that number as well because I need to show you something very important. I will show you different numbers that I took, but exactly same results. You need to see that. So I took 8/22, 2025, and then I put memorial of Charlie Kirk, his memorial. And then when we look to the results, 720, if you remove 0, it's 72. Pope Francis, he was elected to be Pope on 72nd day of the year. Do you remember this date? I show you before that I took 316 and then I put April 14 and I had exactly same result, 72072 and 822. Again, this is the result of the first one, and this is the result of August 22 and Charlie Kirk's memorial. That day when Lincoln was shot in the head and Titanic hit iceberg. This is where I'm going to slow down because these are different dates, but the result is the same. Again, these are different dates, different codes of the enemy. Charlie Kirk memorial, August 22 that was coming up, sacrifice, April 14, all these numbers that are connected to this group of people that they're using to communicate between themselves. But can you explain me how the results are absolutely the same? The same numbers came from different codes of the enemy. That's what I'm saying. If you think it's stupid what I'm doing, what I'm saying and revealing to you, you should think twice. Now I want to take you fast again. August 22 and Erica Kirk's birthday. We received 216. 216 is Obama's birthday. And 126 day of the year is May 6, is 56. But also it could be when the book came out, the book that I spoke about in my previous video with the rising sun. It was like a sun rising. Ra, that is a sun god. We take August 22 and 102nd day of the year, all means all, 12th of April, and the result is 234, 234th day of the year is again August 22. You see, it keeps coming, August 22 in numbers. August 22 and Melania Trump birthday took us to Obama, 8 months, 4 days, 84, August 4. Now I want to take you to Iran. We all know what is happening there, and we also know there is a crown prince in United States. And I believe he wants to take power. So in any way, this is his birthday, 31st of October. I took his birthday and I took 316. Yes, the date the enemies used to represent the sacrifice. And the result that we received is 195, 195th day of the year. In 2024, as you remember, it's July 13. Yes, in 2024, when Trump was shot in the air, July 13. So his birthday of Crown Prince and March 16, 316, like John 316, the sacrifice, it took us to the day when Trump was shot in the air. That's interesting. And in the same thing, comma, and then you say 84, without zero is 84. It's August 4. Is the birthday of Obama. Now I'll try to go very, very quickly through the numbers to save your time. I took the birthday of Pope because popes, they're part of the system. I took the birthday of Pope Leo and I took the birthday of that prince. And these are the numbers we receive. 47. Trump is the 47th president. Then we see 65, 65. 6 is June. June 5. Charlie Kirk's turning point was founded on that day. And as I started only recently cracking the codes of the enemy, I do not know yet all the numbers and all the codes and all the answers. But I took birthday of Obama, August 4, and I took Crown Prince birthday. And these are the numbers we receive. First, we see 88. Trump. This number is attached to him. We know 88 is Trump. And on the right, we see 126 and then 720. So 72nd day of the year, if we remove 0, this is the day when Pope was elected to be Pope. And 126 is May 6. That's the number I was not able to crack yet. I don't have all the understanding, but I show you before many times in the numbers in Gematria, 56 was coming up, 5, 6, May 6. I will find out what it means and I will let you know. I took the birthday of J.D. Vance. Yes, J.D. Vance, we need to check him as well. So this is his birthday. He was born 2nd of August and the birthday of Crown Prince. And these are the results we get. First, if we look to the right, 216 and then 00, we remove. 216th day of the year is August 4. It's Barack Obama's birthday. It took us back to Obama. And then do you see again that number 126? It is a code. It's in the codes of the enemies. I just need to crack it, what it means. It's May 6. There is something about that day. Now, this will be interesting what I'm about to show you. So, Crown Prince and then turning point of Charlie Kirk. Please remember this. Again, turning point of Charlie Kirk. It was established on that day. Look where it took us. 44, 88. 44 is Obama, 44th president. And 88, that number attached to Trump. How could it be that the numbers took us to Obama and Trump? It's always Obama, Trump or Trump, Obama. Now you see something else. 26 weeks and 5 days on the right. 265th day of the year is September 22. And when I check what happened on September 22, Abraham Lincoln issued a preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, a major turning point in U.S. Civil War. Turning point. Does this word sound familiar? Isn't it the day that we took turning point of Charlie Kirk? And these are the numbers where it took us, and it took us back to Lincoln. Many times in numbers you have seen how it was taking us back to the day when Lincoln was shot. Even in the beginning of the video, I was showing you the day when Lincoln was shot and the day that Titanic sank, 14th of April. We had that date. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Please take a final look at all these numbers that you see, because the same results you will see again with different numbers. So Madonna stumbled. I took that date when she stumbled and I put sacrifice 316 for God so loved the world. And I have been showing you and teaching you how the enemies are using this 316. But I put 16th because in my country first is the day then the month. But indeed it's 316. 16. Anyway, this is the result. Isn't it shocking that we got exactly the same results? 4488, then 187, then 265. There you go, check it yourself and compare it yourself. The day Madonna stumbled and sacrificed, it took us Obama-Trump. And then the Prince birthday and Charlie Kirk turning point, it took us Obama-Trump. And the thing is, even the seconds, we have exactly the same results. Second, minute, days, hours, everything is the same, but the numbers are different. And it's always, have you noticed, it's Trump, Obama, Obama, Trump. I've been telling you, they are not against each other. They are together working, and Trump is like John Baptist. The John Baptist was preparing way for the Jesus Christ. He says, prepare the way for the Lord, make every crooked place straight. I've been telling you, Trump is preparing the way for the Antichrist. He's making things easy for him. He's preparing way for him. I don't know if Barack Obama is Antichrist or not. I do not know. I was not revealed that, but it's always two of them because they're working together, because these are the numbers of the enemy. Do not be deceived. But I'm about to finish. So again, Crown Prince, and 14 of April, April 14, this is the day when Lincoln was shot in the head and Titanic sank. I told you about that number. That number was coming up in numbers. I saw that number first as a code of the enemy, and now I'm going to use it and show you how they work. So result 165. The 165th day of the year is June 14, is Donald Trump's birthday. So the birthday of Crown Prince and the day when Lincoln was shot in the head, it took us back to Donald Trump's birthday. Wasn't it Donald Trump that he was shot in the head in 2024? Because ear, he was shot in the ear, but the ear is in the head. Wasn't he the one? And when I tell you that they're playing games, people don't believe me. We see 514, Israel became nation, 514. This is when Israel is celebrating the Independence Day. They became state. And then we see 234th day of the year is August 22. And I show you that number before, 822. It's always coming up in numbers of the enemy. Many times I was using it to show you their codes and their numbers. Can somebody explain me this? Crown Prince and Israel. Do you see the dates? And these are the results. 195, 195th day of the year in 2024. It was July 13. This is exact day when Trump was shot in the ear. That's what I told you before. And then lower, it's his birthday, 6/14, June 14. This is when he was born. So the Crown Prince birthday and Israel, it took us to the day when Donald Trump was shot in the ear and the birthday of Donald Trump. Do you still have doubts that they have planned everything, that the powers are planning things, that the powers, they always, you see, I'm always telling you that they must lead to themselves, to each other. This is how powers operate. This is how powers speak. They always must be connected. Now, I have shown you this before and I will show it again. 195. You know where else I saw this number? Here, all means all. CC Winans, that she's Illuminati worshiper. She was wearing the t-shirt and it was written all means all. In Gematria, these are the numbers 102, 30, and 195. 195, that's the day when Trump was shot in the ear in 2024. This is what I am telling you. That is not a joke. And God sent me to expose the enemy. And if I tell you how much warfare I get after releasing these videos, you will not believe me. I was shot with arrow of death in my head for releasing these videos, and I saw Satan in the spirit. But God did not deliver me into their hands. I'm still standing and I'm still releasing what God told me to release. Glory to Jesus. God bless you.